Hello, I am so happy you're here. I'm so grateful for your interest and your support, your commitment to this work. I really appreciate it. So thank you very much. And I just forgot what I was going to talk about. I guess what I'm thinking about today has to do with angst and anguish and fear, I guess, maybe anxiety that we have as we're facing all the changes we're facing. I think Florida really kind of sets a tone for what's coming in a way that makes it a bit more real and really scary. And those things are going to happen. And how do you prepare for them? I'm not 100% sure. If you're in a path for something like that or a fire and you lose stuff, then the prep that you need to make is in your heart. Being able to release stuff and not be so attached to things. And that's easy to say, but it takes some time to create. And that's why you're here. And what we're working on is how to change us so that we can deal with what happens. All of the concerns and anxieties that just swim in our space at this time are there because we're not sure about who we are, what we're doing, and where we're going. That's the whole point of this work, is to become sure, to know inside that we can handle what's going to happen and to know how we're going to make decisions in the future, how we're going to be different in this new situation, not taking forward old baggage, not hanging on to the way we used to do things, but with a new mindset, with a planetary mindset, where we're thinking about not just ourselves, but nurturing everything around us, nurturing the place we're in, so that what we do is supportive 360 degrees. I'm at loss for words. How do we really think about everything? People, places, plants, animals, they're all there. They all need support in this time. Every living thing is going through the same thing we are. They can't articulate it, but they know there's changes. And they know that they're going to have to make some shifts. And they're doing what they can. It's just that plants in particular are fairly slow movers. Trees, like the ones behind me, take a while to grow. So that's not going to happen overnight. And yet trees are moving. They are moving north because it's getting hotter. And we're going to see that. So when we work in our own local areas, wherever we are, we need to take into account those changes. I would mention American Resilience. If you've not engaged with that organization, I strongly support it. I'm on the board. And she is just amazing. She is the most cheerful person I know and so committed to helping us understand what's coming forward. She is talking about climate quite literally. So she's done forecasts for all 50 states. And then she does them for smaller areas. And she'll say, we're in 2022. So in the next 7 years, what can you expect? What things are going to happen? And then how do you deal with it? And that's particularly important if you're thinking about growing anything, because the zones are changing and what used to grow here may not grow here in 10 years. And if you're into long-lived things like trees, maple syrup, things like that, you need to really plan ahead. So you need to be in front of some of the changes that are happening. So that discomfort that you're feeling, that anxiety of we have to do something now, can be assuaged to some extent, at least, by really engaging in understanding how the planet is shifting, how the planet works, because that's not going to change at all. How it works is going to continue to be how it works. The temperature will make a difference about what happens in this place, wherever you are in your local environment. The temperature makes a big difference, but all the rest of the dynamics are still there. So learning about those, internalizing those so that that's how you act as well, puts you in a place to partner with the planet, to actually figure out how to be present in the place and the situation where you are and where you find yourself. That's the point. Not to tell you what to do, because nobody can do that at this point. Things are changing. They're changing so fast and in ways that we can't anticipate. So you have to figure out how you're going to make your decisions and how you're going to work with what you have. And that's what we're all about. So that's what we can help you with. So I'm glad you're here. I look forward to talking more directly. If your membership involves the network, the community, if you're paying $10 a month, then I look forward to seeing you in that community, because that's where we can talk all the time, often. I certainly pay attention to everything that happens there. I'll respond to questions. We'll be doing courses. I'm in the prep for several new courses that we'll be bringing forth very soon. And you can talk to other people who share your perspective and are on the same journey. We're figuring this out as we go. And that's, I think, actually kind of exciting. If you can stay in the curiosity place and be interested in what shows up, hey, we will figure it out. It's knowing how to do what you're doing that makes the difference. So permaculture, the resilient value set, these are things that really do help. And there are, other things we can do. Mini forests is something, it takes a little preparation. It's not something you're going to walk out your door and plant. But if you do the research, then you become a resource for everybody in your locale about what needs to happen. And you can just do it everywhere. You can put these little mini forests everywhere there's space. And that in itself will make a huge difference in so many ways. Wherever you are, you've got dirt. There is something under your feet you can make a difference with. So learn about soil. It is through soil that we're going to conserve water. So really understanding that. And even if you don't understand how water flows or what your watershed looks like or where it even is, you can still do an awful lot for your watershed just by creating soil that's alive where you are and helping your neighbors do that too. So even in the city, working on soil, adding compost, humus to your soil so that it begins to be alive is going to do immeasurably help. That was clumsy. Will immeasurably help you in maintaining your water table, because it's soil that holds the water. You want water available. You don't want it off in a creek somewhere. That's not going to help you where you are. But if your soil underneath your feet can hold water, you will have water. You will have more water than anyone else when it's dry and hot. But you have to start now because it takes some time. It's not something that's going to happen overnight either. But those are things that you can do. If you feel anxious, truly look at the land around you. And where else, once you're starting to work on your own property, if you own property, then where else can you help? Community gardens, your church, your kids' school. These are all places with dirt that need help, because that dirt has to be alive in order to hold water. So you can start that process. You can work with people on that process. So if you're really feeling that angst and you just have to do something, that's what I would suggest. It gets your hands in the dirt, which is actually beneficial for you. The bacteria in the dirt are geared to help you and to help your head. You'll feel better. And you're actually doing something real and practical to help us go through this change. It's the easiest beginning that I know of, and the thing with the greatest impact too, truthfully. So it has huge consequences. So that's my recommendation for the day. Go out and get your hands in the dirt. Start paying attention to making your soil alive. Make your earthworms thrive. You want big, fat, long, juicy earthworms. And that will be an immeasurable help as things get drier and hotter. You'll have the resilience to withstand some of that. So that's my message for today. I loved your thoughts. Please share them in the community or here, respond, and I will certainly answer you. You can also check me out on the Facebook page. So we have a Facebook page, which is Living-Regeneratively. I'm saying that and I'm not sure. So if it doesn't work, take out the hyphen and make it all one word. That might be what it is. Living Regeneratively, all one word. Facebook.com. Okay. Talk to you soon. Thanks.